Camping next to a trout stream was probably the best camping experience I've ever had in my life. To get there, we actually had to drive through streams. There was places to camp where you didn't have to drive through, but we kind of wanted to be more secluded, and we probably drove for a good 5-10 minutes in and out of these streams. It's probably the longest river crossing I've ever done in my entire life. It was calm, so there wasn't much to worry about. My car's been lifted as well, and I've got mud tires on it, so it should be completely fine. Once we actually get there, though, you can see we're starting to set up, and it is such a good spot. Look how pristine this water is. The water is basically see-through, and that's why I don't use the word pristine lightly, because it really is. We get some camp food on, we love slow-cooked meals, and then we go in for a swim, because this is actually last summer. And of course, my brother stitches me up with the camera, says he's taking photos when he's actually recording. And because I'm absolutely obsessed with trout fishing now, I'm straight out there after we've put the food on, and it doesn't take long at all before I'm onto one. I'm telling you, this place is filled with rainbow trout and brown trout, mainly rainbow trout, but I have caught a few browns around here. But this is a beautiful rainbow trout, as you'll see right now. I was pretty stoked with it, and I do plan on cooking that, and I actually do cook that up. We can call this a little appetizer before we pull out our slow-cooked meal that we've got on the fire. I just made a little side fire so I could cook this up. And it's done fairly caveman style, just a bit of salt. We didn't bring any pepper or anything like that, so we're going to have to rough it a bit, but it tastes delicious as is. When I look back at the footage, I took this shot and I was like, holy shit, that looks sick. Me fishing in the background for trout as I'm cooking a trout. I was hoping to catch one, but unfortunately didn't, but still great fun. Trout is looking almost ready. I just give it a little turnover, leave it for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, because that fire's quite dull. It's not too hot, so I just will let it simmer there for a little bit. That gets absolutely devoured, and not a bad landscape to look back on, but it's time to check the cast iron. We've got a lamb shoulder in there, peas, corn, carrots, all sorts of flavors. I've done the recipe before, but if you guys want the recipe, let me know and I'll put it up there again. But check this out, it's absolute fall apart goodness. If you guys want to make a great camp cookout, lamb shoulder, it falls apart if you cook it for a long time. You can eat it as is, but I made a cheese toasty. Don't mind the burnt cheese toasty, but it was the best I could do at the time. The next morning we have bacon and eggs, and it's time to head home, and what a trip that was.